Hello, it is Kalisha of the Flourish Path. I am going to be doing my makeup today because if you know, I love makeup. So bare face, I've skin prepped. If you don't skin prep, you are already at a severe disadvantage. I don't care if you're oily, you need to be moisturizing and prepping your skin. If you don't, your makeup is not gonna lay as flawlessly, and your skin's gonna like dry out and start overproducing oil. I'm sorry, my necklace, like I kept messing with my necklace because it's like 4 necklaces and they keep getting like wrapped up with each other, and you know what? It is what it is. Okay. So I have nothing on my face except my skin prep. I have eye cream on under my eyes. I have moisturizer. I have serums. I used a milky toner. I like a super hydrated face. I have like normal skin. I used to have oily skin, but I don't know if it was just oily because I wasn't doing the right things by moisturizing well enough. And also I'm like 37, so I think as you get older, like your skin starts to like dry out or whatever. So I have normal skin now, kind of get oily in the T-zone. So I'm gonna be using Maybelline Grippy Primer. I like this. It is comparable to Milk's Hydro Grip, except like this is a serum, which I like. I guess Milk Hydro Grip is kind of the same. This seems a little waterier. And the price point, of course, is what really is the difference. I really like grown to like these more like sticky primers for the longevity of my makeup. It does just help the makeup adhere to the skin. I do not like to touch up my makeup, so doing it this way, all the steps, because I'm gonna go through a lot of steps. I don't have to touch up my makeup throughout the day. Like, I'm good. I don't care how hot it is. I don't care if it's been 12 hours. I'm good. So just doing a little bit more. Sometimes what I will do, like if it's gonna be super hot or something, I'll use like a mattifying primer that in my like T-zone, like my nose, my T-zone, but I'm not really doing anything today, so. And it's already late. I always record these late. I'm weird. But Maybelline Grippy Serum, it's a really good primer. Again, knock off like 1/3 of the price of the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And e.l.f. has one as well. That's really nice. I'm going to, next, I like I said, a really like hydrated face. So I am going to go in with, I like a primer, and I like to put a primer water over it, like always. Lots of different ones out there. I'm using the CoverGirl Priming Glow Mist, 8-hour hydration. I got this on Amazon for like $4 or $5. That's the only reason I'm using this one. To be honest, like I've never found one that like is like way like better than the rest, so I'm trying to just like cover my edges up so I don't ruin them while doing this. Okay, so I like to, like I said, just kind of get that wet. The CoverGirl one is cool, but e.l.f. has one as well. I think even Wet n Wild has one. I'm sure it's fine because again, like I've had like the Smashbox priming water. Hopefully you can hear this still. I've had like the Smashbox one and everything like that before all my makeup was stolen. And to be very honest with you, like I've never noticed like a standout difference between high-end and like budget options. So I'm sure, like I said, even the Wet n Wild one, so I'm just trying to add like more moisture into the skin. As you were gonna see, I put a whole bunch of powder on my face to set everything down. So I'm gonna be drinking water. I put flavor drops in my water. I am like a big old kid who still kind of hates the taste of plain water, but I need to drink more water. So I put like little flavor enhancers in it. So I don't think I'm drinking anything crazy in this water bottle. It's just water with fruit punch flavor. Okay, and this fan that I used, I'm going to be using this whenever I want to dry stuff down quickly. $10 or so on Amazon. It was in a kit for lash extensions. I used to do cluster lashes. I'm going to dry this down a little bit. I used to do cluster lashes, and as you see, I have no lashes on. I look bald-eyed right now. I'm trying to regrow my real lashes with castor oil. So I used to have really pretty lashes, and then fell into the whole, oh, you should do lash extensions, and rip them all out. So trying to regrow. Next, I'm using Maybelline Age Eraser color corrector. This is in the shade Orange. It's very nice. It usually has like a little puff on top, but I like really precise. Ooh, hopefully I didn't do too much. I like precision, especially when it comes to under eye. So I use these little teeny tiny like lip brushes from Amazon. You get like 50 of them for like $9–10. I do this for under my eyes. I have really sensitive under eye, or really sensitive eyes that get watery, like if product gets in them like at all or gets too close to them. Also with makeup, placement is everything. You can avoid using as much makeup if you place it in the right places. So for me, using these little brushes, game changer. And I just started using these brushes like a year ago, and literally like game changer for me. I've been really into makeup for like 20 years too, so like it took me 20 years to, or 19 years to figure out like how amazing using these little tiny brushes are. So I'm going under my eyes first because I go for a super bright under eye, and if you just go in with the bright concealer, you're gonna look crazy unless you have like no darkness under your eyes, because the concealer is gonna mix with your darkness, and it's just gonna have like this ugly gray shadow to it. And so I like to cancel that out. You could also, if you don't want to use a color corrector, you could also do like your skin tone concealer just to conceal that darkness up before you go in with your brightening concealers. So I am also going around my lips. I have like darkness here, I have darkness on my upper lip. So going on that. The Maybelline Age Reverse or whatever it is, sorry, that concealer, the corrector that I just showed you, it's a really good concealer, even if you're doing like skin tone. It was always like one of my favorites when it comes to drugstore, so just keep that in mind. So next I'm going in, this is going to be the brush that I use to blend out all my concealers. This is the Real Techniques Kitten Paw. It's 242, so hopefully you can see the shape. It's literally like a little, let me see if I can, like a little kitten paw. It's amazing for blending out concealers because you don't have to do any work basically. It like, just the shape of it like literally does all the work for you. So this is basically the only brush I use when I'm blending out concealers now, just because it's so easy and I love it. And this brush is not expensive at all. There are more expensive options, of course, in the market that I would like to try. I think there's like a BK Beauty. They might have been the ones who like first introduced this kitten paw shape, but their brush is like $30. I'm like, I don't have it in me to spend $30 on one brush. I'm sorry. I've never been that girl. I don't see me ever being that girl. Like, even if I had money where $30 per brush wasn't like bad for me, like, I don't know. I get such good results with what I'm using for $6 or whatever. Like, I'm good. Okay. So blended that out. Love it. So now you see I'm all orangey. Great. I'm gonna start going in with, these are like the only concealers that I have in the shades that I need right now. So if you've been watching my videos, you see this is all I'm using. I did just order some new concealer from Ipsy/BoxyCharm, which is a hack of mine to getting high-end product for really great prices, like really great deals. I got concealers that are like $30 for like 5 on Ipsy's website. So yeah, definitely do that. So this is the e.l.f. Camo. This is the hydrating one. There's like a matte one. I am not gonna lie, I low-key can't tell the difference between the formulas, but I've always been like I like a very full coverage concealer. When we talk high-end, I've always been into like Tarte Shape Tape. I like Too Faced. Oh, I always forget what it's called. But the Too Faced one that everybody uses, that was my go-to like everyday concealer. Because I would get them for really, really cheap. I'd get them for like 75% off from Cosmetics Company Outlet, which is another hack of mine for finding discount high-end makeup. But they're like, you know, thicker, kind of full coverage concealers I like to cover. But the e.l.f. Camo concealer line is amazing. The e.l.f. Camo line in general is lit. Like, I have their liquid blush, liquid bronzer, their concealers, their powder foundation was my go-to. Like, it's a really good line if you just want to like stick with one brand, one line, and be able to do like basically your whole face. e.l.f. Camo line will get you right because it's all like full coverage, performs really well, long lasting. So you can kind of see the shape here. Oh, and the color that I'm using this in is deep caramel. So the shape that I'm using here, under eye, this is very important to snatch up your eye. You're going to see me blend this out and it's just going to snatch. Same here. This just like all on the nose helps too. I'm going to snatch that nose. And I bring it up on the sides of the nose here, as you can see, hopefully, because that is like a reverse contour. So it's really going to do like help snatch my nose right on up. So yeah. And then I'm going to just go ahead and use the applicator here for everything else, because I don't need it to be as like precise, and it's not a tiny little space like my under eye. So you'll see, like, I like to put my concealer on angular because I have a more round face, and I like to really bring structure to my face. So I use a lot of angles to like kind of sharpen things up a bit. Oh, you know what I wanted to do today? I'm gonna do it now. I wanted to do my eyebrows first because I got this Ardell brow glue and it's amazing. But I've always been a lash after everything else girl. I'm also gonna go in on my nose with this tiny brush. I forgot about that just because nose is quite honestly the hardest part of the face for me because it's such a small area and everything has to be super precise, or else your nose will straight up be crooked, your nose will straight up be too skinny or too fat for your face, and you will look crazy, okay? So, boom. And the good thing is, like, I like to kind of multitask, so while this is drying down, I never lay concealer down and then immediately blend it out. If it's liquid, if it's cream, you can have at it. If it's liquid, let it dry down because it's not going to move as much, and you're going to build up that coverage because it's going to have time to like set and like kind of like thicken, and you're not gonna lose coverage. Whereas if I went in with the brush, like it'd be wet and I'd be picking up all the product with the brush or the sponge. I have a beauty blender. I got it just for like old time's sake, and it was $5 at Ross. I have not used it yet. I used to be a beauty blender girl. Like, brushes have my heart, and I like coverage, and beauty blenders just, I don't know. I might try to go in with a beauty blender at some point. I just don't really know like what I'm even gonna use it for, to be very honest with you, besides like picking up product. Okay, so like I said, I used to just do my brows with an eyebrow pencil. I was never the type of girl who used like a brow glue or brow gel, because they never really held my brow hair, so I never saw like the purpose of it. And then I started using soap brow. I want to say I was using Makeup Revolution or Elf soap brow. So I'm gonna use a spoolie and just kind of brush my brow hairs into place. And then I started using that like a year ago. I was like, hold on, like this is actually like defining my brow hairs. And I have like 6-year-old microblading on my brow. So at one point, they were better. They had more like pigment. They're still like not horrible, but like of course the microblading's worn off a lot. I'm using Ardell Brow Glue in the shade Dark Brown. I got this from Amazon. They have different colors. They have clear, but because I have kind of like, I have bald spots in my eyebrow that were once filled in better by microblading. I am a victim of 1990s. We used to tweeze our brows into like these teeny tiny little lines, and then my brow hair stopped growing back after so many years of doing that. And I just messed up my brows even more because I was trying to laminate and tint my brows at home. I got this kit off Amazon and it worked really well. The 2-in-1 kit on Amazon, it worked really well. The problem is that I was allergic to the tint and got like pus. Like, it was just bad. It was a bad time. And like while trying to clean out all the like pus and like nastiness that was happening, I ended up like ripping out my brow hairs because it was like drying it and like scabbing. So I like ripped out my brow hairs. So now I'm even more bald eyebrowed than I was before. Yay. Okay, so this is working well. Oh, but so I've always done my brows after makeup, but I am having issues now that I actually use a brow gel. It picks up the makeup around it, and then I have like makeup all up in my brows. So I'm using this. This came with it. It has the brush and comb, and then it has this like flat spatula type whatever that I like because it just, you smooth it up and then it sets those brow hairs in place. And I really like this because it really makes your brows look more natural. Because again, I used to just be like, I go in with my little brow pencils. Like up until last year, I was still doing very much like 2016 brows, where you didn't have that like brow definition. It was more just the shape and like filling in. So I've seen the light though. And I've also, this is literally like since just in the past couple months here, I stopped using a brow pencil and I started using a brow marker. And now I never think I'm gonna go back to brow pencils. I'm using the Neutrogena Micro Brow Serum Tint Serum Pen in dark brown. I'm not gonna lie, this is expensive. I got it at TJ Maxx for like $5. Thank God I found it because I probably wouldn't have tried a brow marker because they're expensive. And I'm not paying, like, this is like $15. I'm like, what? $15 for a drugstore, like, eyebrow marker? I mean, everything is very expensive now, which is a whole, like, issue in itself. But you see I'm just going, like, little strokes to mimic brow hairs. So I'm trying to do as much of this, like, in the camera as possible. But I also need to look in the mirror, especially when it comes to something like eyebrows, because that's another one where it gets difficult. But on this brow marker, I really like this one because I've seen a lot that they have like 2 tips or like, yeah, like 2 or 3 tips, and I guess you can do like multiple brow strokes at a time, which like that's cool, except with brows especially, like I want to be precise. And oh my gosh, this seems like it's running out, which is scary because I have not had it that long. Yeah, I'm about to get another one of these because this definitely feels like it's running out, and that scares me. That's the only thing that scares me about doing this versus a brow pencil, because like a brow pencil, I know when it's about to run out. Maybe I'm gonna get me a brow pencil too, just like, because I haven't tried a brow pencil since I've been using this brow marker, because I just fell in love with it. And I had made the mistake because I'm being frugal because my ex-husband stole all my makeup. So he stole everything I owned, so I'm like rebuilding everything, including my makeup stash. So I had to be very like selective and get things that are affordable. And I kept trying to like cheap out on eyebrow pencils, and for me, like eyebrow pencils, I have to be very specific because I need something that isn't too waxy, and I needed to have a really fine tip. Morphe has a good one. NYX has a good one, but again, like I just don't want to spend $10 on no eyebrow pencil. But then I made the mistake of getting like a little like $4 or $5 one, and it was super waxy. It didn't show up at all, which is what led me to using this marker. But yeah, I did see these on eBay. I saw quite a few listings with them at much cheaper than retail. Skin retail is like $15. So I'm about to be up on eBay buying some of these because they look so good. They look so good. Okay, yeah, like I definitely, oh yeah, like this is really like out. Oh no. Oh, that scares me a little bit. Okay. So brows one, even though right here, it looks wild. I think product like built up a little bit. I'm gonna actually add a little bit more right here. Yeah, like I'm literally like as soon as I finish recording this, I'm about to hit eBay up because this seems, or maybe it's because it has product on it. I don't know what's going on, but this does not seem to be. I'm actually, you know what I'm about to do? I have a little cheapie. I use a 99-cent Wet n Wild eyeliner for my lip liner. I'm about to hit that with the pencil because, like I said, the pencil that I got for my eyebrows did not work. Okay, that's fine. I just need something that showed up right there. Okay, so eyebrows shaped, and then what I'm gonna do is use this, the remaining concealer that's already up on here, to shape. Uh-oh. Do I like that? That's fine. That's fine. Okay. I'm actually gonna grab a clean brush, and then I'm gonna go in with this concealer. So it's the same exact kind of concealer, e.l.f. Camo Hydrating, but it is in the shade, I'm gonna say Tan Sand. So it's lighter. So I'm gonna go under my brow with Tan Sand. Because we learned in 2016, we used to go light concealer on top and bottom, and then you had a ghost brow because your brow was like highlighted and like floating. So I do something that's closer to my skin tone over on top that just blends in with everything else. And you see I'm using the same concealer shade on my forehead, so it'll just blend in. And then here I actually do want it to highlight, and that helps with the eyeshadow look because like we usually put like highlighter under our brow, and this concealer is doing that job for me while shaping my brow. So I'm getting a little 2-in-1. Yay. Uh-oh, don't tell me I'm about to be the girl who does my eyebrows before my makeup. Guys, now I'm gonna go in. This concealer's been sitting for a minute, so I'm gonna go in and just blend it out. And as you see here, like I'm just kind of touching, like not doing a whole like, you don't gotta go hard, especially with this brush. And I start on the outside edges. I hope you see that because that's really where you're concerned with blending, because you're blending like products into each other and like blending out harsh lines. So I like to keep the like kind of middle. I'll do that last, and I barely blend there because I want the opacity, like, is that how you say it? I don't know. I want it to be more opaque there. I want that coverage. It's really just the edges that I'm worried about really blending out to get that nice seamless look. Everything else is like, it's cool to keep that coverage. So like, yeah, you see like I'm not really messing with the middle of my forehead, because as long as I can get that the edges blended out, I'm good. And last I do, because I like to just give this as much time. Oh, well, my nose too. Like I said, nose is like the hardest part for me, just because you have to be super precise with everything. So hard. Oh, you know what I'm kind of thinking? Because I've been using the same e.l.f. concealers, because again, those are the only two I have in those like tones and that shade. But I do have a cream NARS concealer, and I'm thinking about using that as my second layer instead of that e.l.f. camo. So it's like by now, like we know what it looks like. It looks amazing. I love it, right? And like I said, the second one that I use is Tan Sand, but if you watch my previous videos, you'll see those are the ones I use for those two layers. And again, I just ordered that stuff on MC today, the other concealer, so hopefully they'll be here soon. So this is what it looks like blended. It looks good, right? And it looks like pretty natural. So yeah, instead of using this Tan Sand, I got this. So again, another makeup hack for me that I want to tell you guys about is Ross. Ross is great for, I'm going to use that same, this is the brush I use for Tan Sand under my eyebrows. I'm just going to go ahead, pop Tan Sand in the drawer. And then this is NARS Golden Eye Light Reflecting Eye Brightener. I think the color is Golden Eye, so they probably have like different shades, but it's pretty light, so that's why I'm using it on my second layer. So again, when I am doing, oh, I didn't blend out my nose contour. When I am my under eye, I go in stages before I go full bright. So I went corrector, orange corrector, or you could go like skin tone. And I go a little lighter than skin tone, which was the deep caramel. Then I go up a shade or up a few shades to get it lighter. And then I go bright right under, like right in the middle of my face, which you'll see. So I got these cheapy brushes from Amazon. I've been obsessed with like cheap brushes from Amazon that I can get in like big packs that I can use all over my face. And they're actually really, really good. So I'm trying to figure out like which one I want to use, how I want to do this. I'm going to use, so I got these. It was a set of 6 of them for like, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use this one. They're the same brush. I don't think there's any difference in, even though the brush hairs are different, that's why I'm like, one might be like softer than the next. But it's like a little pencil brow that you can use. And why I like getting, oh, that's too dense. That's too dense. We're not going to do that after all. So I also got these. They're double-sided. And I want to say I got like 12 for like $10 or something. So I'm going to use a fluffier. This has a fluffy side, which again, these are eye brushes, but I'm using them for my nose because my nose is tiny. I mean, not that my nose is like tiny, but noses are just a tiny space. Yeah, so this is better because I'm trying to blend that out. That other brush was just way too dense of a brush. I could use that for like placing concealer versus blending it because it just was like taking it up actually. Oh, I like that. Get these brushes. And I could use this side too. This is like your more dense side. I'm very happy. Just because I already have product on this, I'm going to use my cream. So again, this is at NARS. NARS is not an expensive brand. We know that. So why am I using this when I keep stressing like affordability is that I got this at Ross for like $5 or something. Ross is the go-to for, I don't know, it seems like it's still like kind of picking up product. Ross is the go-to for high-end makeup for me right now, even over TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Yeah, this is like picking up product. I don't like that. Maybe I can only use this with the powders because that ain't it. That ain't it. It's like cakey, or not cakey, like streaky. But now I know. That's only for powders. I'm gonna go in with this tiny little lip brush and fix this because it's streaky. And fix that. But what I like about cream concealers is you don't have to wait to let them dry down like you would with a liquid because it's already like dried down. It's a cream. It's not gonna move like a liquid. For me, that's like the most important thing with drying down is like moving. I mean, like I said, the coverage too, because it's just gonna get picked up by your brush. But with the cream, they're usually like fuller coverage and they're not going nowhere. So that's why I'm using this. Usually though, I don't like to use cream on my second layer because it like kind of picks up the product, and that's the problem that I'm having, the concealer under it. So I think it's because I've been like swiping versus like tapping. But now that I'm like tapping it on versus swiping it on, especially since I'm using this kind of brush, I like this a lot better actually. Yeah, tapping is the way to go. See, look, I'm out here still learning with you guys. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. You know what also, which I love, is it used to be Becca, but then I guess Becca went out of business and now Smashbox like bought the product, but they need more shades. There's this, it's just like this. It's like an under eye brightener. They had, it used to be only like one shade at first when it came out from Becca like 20 years ago. And then they got like a light shade and a deep shade. And now Smashbox has like 6 shades of it, but it's so pretty. And it's really, really good at brightening your under eye and like color correcting. And just making your under eyes look super light. But of course it's like $20 or something. And it's a pot, it's just like this. And maybe, because I usually have like the medium deep one versus like this is the light one clearly. Because I think there are different colors of this. So the medium deep one might look very similar to the one I'm talking about. But I bring it up because Cosmetics Company Outlet, plug for them again, they have them. They always have them now. I just haven't picked one up yet. And Cosmetics Company Outlet, everyday price is like 30 or 40% off regular retail, but they have a clearance section, and that's always my first stop. You can get 75% off stuff there. And then a few times a year they do this event called 6 for 60. I lose my ever-loving mind. During 6 for 60, you get any 6 makeup products in the store for $60, so $10 a product. They have Bobbi Brown, they have Too Faced, they have MAC, Smashbox, Clinique. They even have like Tom Ford makeup. Tom Ford is not part of 6 for 60, but they like discount, and they even sell Tom Ford like perfumes too. I really was considering buying some because it's like a good discount off regular retail, but still it's like very expensive. So maybe one day, not today though. So going in with this, as you see, and again, like just kind of tapping it in really seems to be making the difference. You know what? I low-key think I am converted to doing my eyebrows first now that I do the brow glue, because my eyebrows were looking crazy when I was doing the brow glue like after my makeup, because it was just rubbing with this concealer. It was all mixing with concealer and powder, and it was a hot, ugly, disgusting mess is what it was. Okay, so love this, and because it's cream, I can just go in and blend it. I'm kind of wondering, because I just want to like showcase different products. So last video I screamed and raged, and I still am, about P. Louise liquid bronzer. Get these. Even though I kind of don't want you to get them, I kind of want to gatekeep them because I think they're like discontinuing them, and they're $5.50 on the website, $6.50 on TikTok Shop. They are freaking phenomenal. They are freaking huge. They're basically the size of a foundation. Okay, they are beautiful. They look super natural, but like effective. I have nothing but good things to say about these, and I got like 6 different shades. But I tried these out, and I might do this for my nose contour. But the thing is, I want to like showcase different products, different affordable products, so you have options. I also use the e.l.f. Camo. I told you I love me some e.l.f. Camo. e.l.f. Camo liquid bronzer. But again, for like ease, if I am wanting to move fast, cream is the way to go. Like I'm gonna do all cream everything versus liquids, because creams are like, you can just blend them out. You don't have to let them sit and all that stuff. But what I am gonna do, I'm picking up right now, I'm gonna do me some good P. Louise liquid blush, because I'm sorry, I'm obsessed. Like, I don't want to be as obsessed with this as I am. And I don't think I have a good cream bronzer. I want pink today. I don't have a good cream bronzer in pink, or cream blush in pink. There are good ones for sure. I just don't have them. I do have, this is just a shout out to NYX real quick. NYX Wonder Stick. Even though I got this like 75% off or something, so I paid like $3 for it. This is really good. It's just more of the color that I have is not what I'm looking for today. It's like a terracotta type color. But I'm going to be using P. Louise because I still want P. Louise to get all their love. So as far as bronzer is, like I said, I'm going to go cream today because it's just easier, faster, and it's super late already. So these are the Maybelline lifter sticks. Let me tell you, I freaking love these. I have not used them as like a concealer, like a lighter one for concealer or for foundation, but you're supposed to be able to use them for all of those things. And I'm like, oh, I could see it because these are bomb. So I have shades 75 and 80. When I go in with bronzer, I like to use 2 different colors. I used to go in like super dark, and it was just too harsh and looked like unnatural. So basically the same like theory that I have with my under eye like bright is what I do with my bronzer now, because I get like a more natural shade, and this is the 75 that I'm using now, so I use the lighter shade first to give me that like foundation, and then in certain areas I'll deepen it up with the darker shade. So this is pretty large, the area, but it works. So I was like, should I use a smaller brush? If I was using a liquid, I would be painting it on with this. Look, I go, again, from Amazon, they're like $1 a piece. Which I'm kind of like, ooh, should I? With, right here on my cheekbone. Just because it's thick. But I'm just going to use like the side of it, so don't like go, because you're going to have a, I don't want it to be this thick. I want like a thinner line. And with your like cheekbone contour slash bronzer, don't go under, so you can suck in your face if you want. Kind of fill out that cheekbone, like right here. This is like the hollow of it. So instead of putting it down here, which is where we used to, I go on the cheekbone. And right after I was like, don't go like this. Guess what I did? This. So this is like a much thicker line than I'm used to, but it'll be fine. So again, I'm going on my cheekbone versus like above it. Actually, I'm not mad at that like thicker, because usually like I do a super thin line, but then like, I don't know, I think this is going to be cute. And because usually I'm going in with the liquid, I think that having the thinner line helps with just making sure that I'm not getting product everywhere. I'm going to actually go in with this brush, because here, this is game changing. Having this like breaks up your under eye highlight, which for me, it used to, my face just didn't look as snatched and lifted as I wanted, because this, like, I never quite knew where to like blend it and stop the blending to get the look that I wanted. So once I started putting this a line of bronzer here, which I just started doing last year. Last year was my like changing year. It breaks it up at the perfect spot each time. And again, it just pulls and snatches my face. My face is gonna look super lifted. And that's what I want. Like, I want it to look like I have a facelift. Like, I'm almost 40. And I'm like, instead of getting surgery, I'm just gonna play with makeup and get that good, like, facelift look. So you see I'm kind of using this to even carve out my eyes, which again is gonna help, like, with eyeshadow. Kind of shaping that eye for me. which I've been really struggling with my eyeshadow lately, which makes me sad because I haven't really worn eyeshadow in a while. So I'm gonna blend this out. I could have blended out the concealer before I put this down because again, I'm using creams, so that's the like beauty of creams, is that you can just go in. I'm blending this out. Oh, this is pretty. I hadn't used this yet. I'd used like a little bit of it for something, I can't even remember. But this NARS is actually really pretty. And now I'm like, I need to go to Ross and get more. I have a problem with like being a hoarder. My old makeup collection, I would like that Too Faced concealer that I was talking about. Is it Born This Way? I don't know. That Too Faced concealer that I was talking about, I literally had like 40 of just one color. And I had multiple shades. Because once I found something that I'm like, I never want to run out. And like, I only buy my stuff on sale, like I said. So I'm like, oh my God, I never want to run out. So if it's on sale, I'm like, I'm going to buy. And I was getting them at Cosmetics Company Outlet. They let you get 5 or 6 of one shade at a time because they don't want you like buying it at that discount and then turning around just like resale. So I would literally visit and max out every time. Like I would go like every day for like a week and get like 5 or 6 of the same shade every time I went, which is psychotic, I know, but I'm trying to like not overconsume, and because I had more makeup than I would ever need for one lifetime in my life, like ever. So I'm trying to not be like a hoarder right now and just be like sensible. But again, I'm like, I like this, and it was like $5. Maybe I'll get like one backup. I've done that so far. I got this Bobbi Brown powder at the Cosmetics Company Outlet, this peach powder, and I got one backup, and I was so proud of myself for not getting like 6 backups. And even the P. Louise, like, you don't know how bad I want to like buy like 10 of them, and I might like go hit them again. So I'm gonna go in, I've really been, no, yeah, I was gonna do P. Louise liquid bronzer on my nose just because I found this beautiful shade, Hazelnut Heart, perfect shade for a nose, like bronzer, but for like I said, time's sake, it's already late and these videos are super long. I'm sorry, I just yap so much. For time's sake and for highlighting other product, I want to show you how fast like cream is, how easy cream is, because a lot of people are like, I don't know the difference between like cream and liquid, like you can use either or. So again, I'm using this 75 in the Maybelline Lifter going with the P. Louise liquid Hazelnut Heart. So I was saying about nose is, like I said, nose is super difficult because you have to have precision, because like a crooked line is going to literally look like a crooked nose because I'm literally reshaping my nose with makeup. Like you are literally doing a nose job. Like I am literally a plastic surgeon with makeup, okay? But with noses, I don't really know why this is, but the same colors, like bronzers that I use on my face, look darker and more harsh on the nose. So I like to go in with the lighter bronzer, and that's why like the Hazelnut Heart would probably be a little light and not as like effective and like dramatic on my face, but my nose, it's perfect. Oh, I like this. See, this is why I like creams. Look at how much easier. Like, you have to watch a video of me using my liquids, which again, I love me some liquid. But like, look at how much easier this is. I'm really getting so much time back by using cream. And like my nose, I really struggle with, like I keep telling you. But I might only use cream on my nose from now on. Oh, that's so much easier. What the, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna add a little bit more because my bronzer and my highlighter kind of mixed together right there. And this is underpainting what I'm doing. So you see I haven't put on foundation. I'm literally doing my liquids and creams, and then I'm going to put on foundation. I'm only going to put on foundation where I need it to like blend things together. So I use less product, and it just looks way more natural. Like, you see how much makeup I have on my face, and it doesn't look like I have that much makeup on my face when I actually like do my makeup or like finish it. And so I'm going to blend out this cream. This is again the shade 75 in Maybelline Lifter Sticks. I want to get more of these. I want to get lighter ones so I can use as concealer, because again, using that NARS concealer was lit. Now I want to just do cream all the time. What I will say though, there are some like drier cream formulas that dry down like a powder finish almost. Sometimes with cream it can be a little more like emollient and like kind of wet. And even though I set everything with like 26 powders, sometimes I like liquid, especially if I'm gonna go like somewhere hot. Like I kind of like liquid for that because, oh, and you see I'm getting all up in my hairline too because it looks weird when you just have like this sudden like lighter and then like randomly it's like, hey, what's up with this darkness? And I like this. This is a Morphe and Ariel collab brush, and it's literally a cream contour brush. And I like this. This I don't really use, I only use like down here with my liquids because again, liquids move more, so I use more of like a dense brush. But since like my cream's kind of like sitting where I put it, I'm gonna go in here now. And with your cheekbone, make sure you blend up. Like I said, you put that contour slash bronzer higher than what you would probably think you need, and then you blend up, and it's, you see how my face is like snatched? It's lifting. If you blend down, you're gonna pull your face down. Your face is gonna look droopy and old. Don't do it. Oh my, I like want to use, I'm gonna use creams every day now. Like this has literally like changed my life. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, liquids. I do this all the time where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna change everything, and I will for a minute, and then like I'm gonna use liquid one day and be like, oh, but now I miss liquid, and then start using liquid again. But for right now, creams is it. Got these from Amazon. They're like $1 each. I got a 4-pack for like $4. I like this just to blend out around here where I need that precision because it's a smaller face. Again, I'm gonna boop, 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 put that up in the hairline. I'm gonna put more edge control on my edges and tie them down towards the end of this. So don't worry, because you see like my edges are kind of, oh. I am not good at edges. I've always struggled, and honestly I could never find an edge control that actually like lasted. I used the gummy one, and that one was decent, and I used Basque and Lather, and that was decent. But even like I would layer like gel under and then put edge control. But honestly, I got this one on Amazon. It's like a brand that's sold on Amazon, and I got this huge jar of it for $10. And I'm like, hold on, this is the only edge control that actually works for me, and it's really good. I'll have to show you guys which one it is. No, well, in a minute. Since I already had product on that brush, this NARS concealer, I'm gonna come in here. So remember we talked about reverse contouring on the sides of the nose. That's why I like bring my concealer up. That's what I'm doing here. I'm actually going to use also, because I don't have that much product on here. I thought there was more. I'm going to use this that has the e.l.f. Oh, there's not that much on that either. I'm going to come here. Again, I just like a really like angular chiseled face because I don't have that naturally. And okay, I'm going to use this one, and this one has the lighter NARS on it. Oh yeah, that has way more product on it. So this like literally, do you see how I'm like just angled up? Remember I told you like I like to angle everything because my face is like rounder than I would like. I want like a more snatched, defined face. That's why I'm like angling everything. So of course the opposite is true. Like maybe your features are already like more defined and you want to like soften them up. You like round out like I would, instead of hitting like my cheekbone with just a straight, I would like kind of cup it. But I'm like, give me all that definition. And even here, this just helps kind of define out my like chin and cuts into that contour. Okay, so there, and then I'm gonna put down, I just got these because I was really mad last video I did when I was doing my, oh here, P. Louise liquid blush. Get these. Again, I low-key want to gatekeep because these are phenomenal. And again, I think they're like discontinuing them because they're all on clearance for $5.50 and $6.50. You can get them on TikTok Shop. You can get them on their own website. They're $1 cheaper on their own website. This is the shade Princess Treatment. I have 3 pinks, and here they all are, but I wanted like a more blue pink today. So that's Princess Treatment. Again, these things are huge. So this is how it comes with this applicator. This is like the applicator that the Maybelline concealer that I used first, the corrector, has. I just pop it off because I, especially with blush, want to be able to control where it goes more. So just pop it off and then boom, I can use a brush. But last time when I was using these, when I was doing my makeup on here, last time I was annoyed because again, I'm rebuilding my entire makeup collection from nothing right now. Because I left my abusive husband and he stole all my stuff. I just got these from Amazon. They're $1 each. Everything's $1 each when it comes to makeup brushes. That's amazing. And this I can already tell is an amazing brush. It's a foundation brush, but I'm gonna use it to put my liquid blush on because I was just like putting it on and blending it out with this. But I got 12 of these for $12. Look at that pigmentation. It's insane. It's in freaking insane. This don't make no sense. It's so pretty and you get so much product. It's such a good, P. Louise, don't discontinue them. I don't know, even if you're like reformulating, like don't do that either. You don't need to change anything. Like this is amazing. And again, I'm a black girl, and if you are a woman of color, you know that sometimes like it can be difficult, especially when we're talking blush, like finding shades that actually show up on us. And I won't lie, like some of the P. Louise shades I didn't get just because the swatch, because I literally would have bought every single shade that they made, to be very honest with you, because I saw other like women of color swatch them and the shades just looked a little too light, like they might look like chalky on me. But there's so many shades that work for me. Like I'm good. I got purples, I got terracottas, I got orange, I got coral, I got pinks. As you see, I have like plenty of options, plenty of undertones to work with. I'm good. And that's not always the case, unfortunately, as a woman of color. I low-key don't even want to use that blush brush I showed you. And I really like that blush brush because it's like a kitten paw brush, but I really like this for liquid. Again, if I was putting down cream, it might be a little different, but because I'm with liquid, you really want to be like precise with everything, and like really control where the product is going, or else you're gonna have a big old mess. And so I kind of like this brush because it's really letting me control. But since this is a liquid blush, I am gonna kind of follow that rule that I told you about of letting my liquids sit. So I'm gonna let this sit. I'm actually gonna bring that like all the way up in here, and I'm gonna bring it like up more too. I'm going to blend out my nose because I'm gonna come in with a darker, oh, it's because I cut into that. I'm gonna blend this lighter concealer out, and I can see like under my eyes, since that concealer is just sitting unset, it's starting to crease up. So what I'm going to do is I am going to finish out blending. I'm going to add my lightest under eye highlight color and blend that out. So you see, I'm just kind of blending this. And don't worry, it looks crazy right now. But again, once I add foundation on over top, it's going to blend out. You're not going to see. But this just helps me get that like more like perfected kind of color. Does that look uneven a little bit? It does look uneven a little bit. I'm going to kind of lift that up a little bit. It seems a little low. Okay, blend that out. I'm gonna blend out my nose. So I'm gonna use this Amazon brush again that I really like. Blend this out. For my lightest concealer, I am going to use a cream again. I got this Fenty cream concealer. It's not a concealer, it's like a corrector, I think, because it's pink. It's rose quartz. It's their matchstick, but yeah, I don't have any lighter cream, but it's so light that the pink doesn't really show up on me, the pink undertone. For color corrector for matchsticks, Fenty matchsticks, I have pumpkin, which is that like orangey red color, and I have peach, which is lighter. But these were also at Ross for like $5 a piece, and if I haven't already said, Ross is amazing because you get their stuff is locked away in individual containers. Sorry. Their stuff is locked away, their high-end makeup's locked away in individual like locked containers, so nobody can like reach their nasty little fingers up in your product like they can at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. So it's honestly my favorite for getting that stuff. So I'm actually going to place, this is a shade 80 Maybelline. Remember I told you I go in with my lighter, more like natural shade of bronzer, and then I go in with my darker one after. Like my edge control at this point is done, so I'm just gonna reapply after. So putting that darker one on, putting the darker one here just on the corners, and then here I'm not gonna make the same like full line because I don't need it to be dark all the way. I want it to like, I do a gradient effect with like a lot of my products, you'll see. And then same thing down here. And then just gradient it out where I use the darker one at the edges. I'm going to use the darker one down here too, just to kind of, yeah, everything's like a gradient. Actually, you know what? I might use this. I'm not sure. I'm going to try using this brush. This is Eco Tools. I got a 2-pack of like brushes for cheeks from Amazon. I paid like $5 for the 2-pack, but I see it's like $9 or $10 now. I like this because it's the same as that Real Techniques brush. It's like a kitten paw type of shape. So it does the work because it literally like hugs your cheek for you. So it's very easy to work with. So you can see, like, you can still see that product, which is nice. That P. Louise blush. Like I told you, I love this P. Louise blush. It's amazing. I'm just blending that out. And for real, like, you can bring it as high as you want. Because I'm going to put the lighter concealer. I'm actually going to grab this brush that still has blush on it. And let's like add a little bit more. So I want like blush everywhere. Especially with like pink blush. I feel like everybody's going to do this right now. Like, we just want that pink blush like everywhere. It's like so pretty. I look like a little baby doll after. I'm gonna blend that out again. Boom, boom, boom. And then I'm gonna actually prep L'Oreal Blurfection. This is the pink medium deep. There's 2 different kinds of pink powder of this L'Oreal powder. I love this medium deep one. I've tried a lot of pink loose setting powders, and I never could find one that I like because they were either not dark enough or too like pink, and it straight up looked like I had like blush as my setting powder, and so it would like darken up my under eye and be too pink or not pink enough. So it's like, well, what's the point? This is the perfect amount of pink, and it's blurring and it's beautiful. It is a little pricey for me because it's such a little container, but I don't know, like, it's hard to be mad because it's so good. So I'm prepping. It's a powder puff. I only set my powders with, I only use powders with puffs. I used to use brushes, but I like a lot of coverage. Plus, it just gives you like the most flawless finish. But I will say that with powder puffs, you need to kind of prep it like I did, where you put that excess on the back of your hand because that's just going to even it out. If you don't do that, you can get like kind of splotchy because you'll have more product in one area. But what I like to do is, remember how I feel like I can see this concealer creasing up right now because it's just been sitting unset. So what I do is I prep that puff, because as soon as I blend this, I'm going to set, and then I don't have to worry about creasing. So yeah, you see this is a much lighter shade, and I am just going to kind of concentrate this in the middle of my face. And again, this is that Fenty Matchstick, but I got it at Ross for like $5, so I was like, let me just get all the colors they have. And that's why I have those 3 colors. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna put a little bit. Usually I don't really use a lot. I'll actually use like a little bit of a darker shade right here, because I don't want, like I said, I don't want it to be like harsh when I do a super bright under eye. But because this has that pink undertone as well, like I kind of want to throw that there. And I don't have another color that has pink undertone. So now we're going to go ahead and blend the inside. So I'm going to blend out here first, and I blend that into the blush. So freaking pretty. Oh my goodness. So pretty. I'm gonna blend down here now. I'm gonna like let this part be last because I want to finish and then boom, set it. Because this is where you get all those creases in your little under eye wrinkles. And again, I'm 37, so like I got some under eye wrinkles. I do have on eye cream. I have 2 eye creams on actually. One that's like a caffeine, one that's for like discoloration. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Keep this stuff so, hit it. Boom. Now you can go back in and, like I said, I really focus like right up under the eye because it is what gets creasy. I'm gonna put more powder. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. All right, so same thing on this other eye here. Fenty Matchstick and Rose Quartz. I remember we're doing this kind of like patting, not swiping, because when you have this cream especially, like with the liquid, you can kind of, because there's like, it's more wet, you can kind of just like swipe it on, but when you put the cream on, when you start swiping, it just seems to like lift up the product that's underneath of it. And quite honestly, you probably shouldn't be swiping even when you have the liquid, but it's just more forgiving when you're going on top of another layer. And I think again, because the liquids that I use are like full coverage matte, they dry down like to like they don't budge really. So putting something over top of them, like you're not gonna get as much movement. But since I'm using creams, like they stay a little like more emollient on the skin and will move. So. And I'm using this here too, and then you'll see I'll blend out my under eye, and then we'll keep on moving. The only thing about these matchsticks, they're like it's weird because they don't seem like dry, but they're like, I don't know, I have to like hit it quite a few times to like get the product up, so it must be kind of dry. I don't swipe them on my skin because that would literally just take everything up that's underneath of it and would be a big old mess. So that's like, I have to use a brush for this part. All right, so I'm done with that. So we are gonna go ahead and put this back, bloom, and we are going to prep our powder puff. Powder puffs, again, super cheap. I got this set of powder puffs. It was $24 for $5, but I was on Amazon. I'm trying to get out of my hoarding ways, but I was like, I'm bad about like washing my makeup, like brushes, and you can wash powder puffs. I don't know, like when I've been washing them, they haven't been getting like 100% clean, and I go through like a few of them. Because like once you get product in the powder puff, like it's not gonna like set the powder down as flawlessly. So I use like 3 or 4 different powder puffs in the same application. But I was like, let me just get another pack. I found a pack of 200 powder puffs for like $15 or $16 on Amazon today. They'll be here, I think tomorrow. So I'll let y'all know how those work out. If so, like, and you can get them from Temu or Shein. That's what I had done before. I used to have like a lot of powder puffs for the same reason, because it's like, okay, these are literally like 2 cents. I can use it and then throw it away and be good. Blending that out so freaking pretty. This does not even make any sense being this. sorry, I have to stop talking because I try to like stretch out my under eye so that there's no creases as I'm blending it out, because if you set a crease in powder, it's literally setting creases. And then your crease is never going away. So yes, I love this. It's so freaking pretty. And like at this point, if you can't tell, my makeup's gonna be bomb. I don't know what to tell you. P. Louise Princess Treatment Liquid Blush. Get it. Beautiful. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Love it. I'm gonna go in with this brush again to blend out. And hitting that hairline. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix my edges. I used to be a lace girl like for years and years and years, and this always got hard because like you had to steer clear of your lace. So this is like new territory for me to be blending product all up in here, because I would never like, I would want it to like go right towards my lace but not like hit my lace, you know what I mean? And again, we're gonna same thing here. Blend this out, blend that. We can snatch it. And then I'm gonna blend out my cheek. And blend up. And you can see I try to like be mindful of where I'm holding my brush at. When you're blending, you want to go higher up on the handle because it blends in more like airbrush looking. It's because if you're like on the handle, it's like easier to push hard. But this gives you more of like kind of a, you don't have as much control over the brush, which sounds weird, but it just like lightly kind of blends it and diffuses it so you're not being like heavy-handed or anything. And it just looks more natural. So I like that. Oh, I like that. I think I might actually be good. I'm gonna use a little bit. I'm gonna put a little bit. I'm not picking up any blush, but you saw I just showed you the brush. It has blush on it. I'm just gonna kind of places that bronzer kind of overpowered that blush like higher up. I'm not going like down here where I want it just to be bronzer. I'm just going like here in this kind of middle region. Like right here, you see it's more bronzer than blush. I'm just gonna hit that with blush again. And the cool thing is, since I have that bronzer there, what it's gonna do is kind of like create that gradient effect, because it does have that darker bronzer under it. So it's gonna be like a darker, the colors are gonna like mix together. So it's gonna be like kind of darker pink, but it's still gonna be like more pink than brown. So I love that. It looks so freaking pretty. Okay, so we're done with that. I am going to, what do I want to do next? I'm gonna put on Juvia's Place. I've been using the same thing every day. I have more again on Etsy / BoxyCharm. I did get more skin tints. I do have a skin tint that I like, that I have with me, but because it has SPF in it, I don't want to use it unless I'm going outside. And it is this one. It's the Too Faced Healthy Glow. I got this from the cosmetics company Outlet on clearance. It's super pretty, but again, since it's nighttime, I'm not going anywhere outside. Like, I'm not going in the sun, so I don't want to use up my SPF because I'm huge on using SPF. This is Juvia's Place, like Radiance Booster. You can use it under foundation. It's like it's a dupe of that Charlotte Tilbury. I forget what it's called, but a lot of companies have the dupe of this. e.l.f. has the one that I like, the Halo Glow, Liquid Halo Glow Filter. That's like $11 or $12 or something. This one's expensive. I want to say it's like $20, but I got this on sale at Ulta for 40% off. The whole Juvia's Place line was 40% off. And Juvia's Place, I want to say, like, they always have a sale on their site, so I don't recommend paying full price. If you want to, be my guest, but like, you don't have to. So you can use this to under foundation. Like, I like a matte foundation typically. I play around with different finishes. I'm not going to say that. But it's going to give you, it's going to kind of like perfect everything. And it's literally going to give you like this radiance that glows through your foundation a little bit. So it's just going to give you like just really pretty kind of glowy, but not like overly like wet, dewy look, you know. It's going to be very soft, like more of like a soft matte. So I just put that down. Again, I underpainted, so I already used up my cream and liquids where I wanted them, and then I come in with this, and this just helps like more natural because I'm not going in with a layer of concealer or foundation all over my face and then layering products over top. I'm literally only using this like where I don't already have product, where I'm blending out lines. Like you see, I'm blending my bronzer into this so it's not as harsh. Boom. Pretty, yeah. And here, again, it's kind of blending that into it. But you can use this on its own, and it's going to give you like skin tint, just kind of like even out your skin tones and not have like a lot of like discoloration and spots. Like, I'm good with just kind of using this. And even like what I do have, like the imperfections that I do have, I kind of like letting it show because that again helps it to look more natural because like the super perfect face, it's like nobody has like super perfect, well, I'm sure somebody has like super perfect face, but not me. So it just kind of looks a little natural. Also, you're gonna see I use powder foundation, so that's really why I don't care, because I get coverage from powder foundation too, and so I don't need like coverage on top of coverage on top of coverage. If you want to, you can, and I do if I'm like going somewhere like fancy. If I'm going out at night, like I'll use like a liquid foundation, like a proper one. And with that, I just picked up an oldie but goodie MAC Studio Fix, which I really like. There's quite a few that I like, but I like, if I'm putting on foundation, like I'm putting on foundation. I use skin tints day to day, like daytime, but because again, it's like I don't need crazy like perfect. But if I'm going somewhere that I want it to be like flawless, I'm gonna go in foundation. When I go in foundation, I'm talking some coverage. I'm talking, you know, MAC Studio Fix. I'm talking something that's gonna have me looking like a little doll. So I'm just gonna blend out the rest of this creams, and I just waited until that was down, because even though it's not on like my eyes with the wrinkles, it's gonna crease like how my under eyes was. It's still kind of the same concept that I like to like blend and then set, especially with creams. I don't want them like moving anywhere. I don't want anything like that. So, and the powder that I'm gonna use to set is Laura Mercier Translucent. I'm using this all over my face. This is not an affordable powder. I know that. It's like $30 or $40 powder. However, I got this in a Christmas time gift set from Sephora for like 40% off or something. So it was cheaper. And even then, like, it wasn't that cheap. But I don't know. I just like fell into the pressure of like buying it because I wanted to treat myself. Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder is amazing. For my smile lines, you see, I try not to put product there because once I put product there, like, I don't care what, it's gonna crease up always. So I try to literally like go around it with everything. But what I will do is use like my setting powder. Because it's super like light. It's not a liquid that's gonna crease up. And it just kind of like sets down the oils that's in there, because again, there's not really any product there, but there's like oils. And it just like marries everything together. But you can see, you can't really tell, like, I don't have product there, but I'm telling you, if I had put product there, crease city. And I guess I smile. I have a very expressive face. I'm always making faces. And then I look crazy. And we don't want that. So everywhere that I highlighted, I am going in with this Laura Mercier powder. But I was gonna buy, because this is literally like setting powder wise, translucent setting powder. This is all I have right now. I have a like yellow tinted, like a orangey yellow, peachy tinted under eye powder, also Laura Mercier, but I got that one at Ross for like $5. But that's all I have right now. So I would show you a more affordable option, but I'm just gonna tell you about it. And that is Maybelline. And it's only because I'm crazy, and even though that powder is literally like $8 or $9, it's the theory of like just buying something full price I don't love. So I'm trying to wait it out until I can find it on sale for like $6 or $7, just out of like principle. Which I know, I'm just like, girl, pay the $9 and stop. Like, it's the principle of the matter for me. So I'm blending that out on my nose. I'm gonna see if I need to hit. Yes, I do. I'm gonna hit the sides, because you see I kind of like overshadowed the bronzer there with highlight. So I'm not even putting more I might put a little more product on my brush. I'm just trying to blend it out with what's already on the brush. And this is that Maybelline Shade 75 stick that I had used. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit more. Maybelline stick 75. I just need a little bit just to, again, like, keep those lines where I want them to be. Oh no. I went a little heavy-handed there. It's okay, I'll fix it. Kind of bring that up there. I'm just using the side of this brush. So I'm kind of using it straight on like this to draw the line. And then again, because it's such a small, delicate little area, I'm using just the side of the brush itself and blending it out there using the side, so I'm not really moving it. And see, this is what I talk about with my nose, because now I'm like, I kind of want to go in and fix up my highlight. I'm thinking I shouldn't though, because I feel like The second I do, I'm about to be mad. I'm gonna go in like just this and just kind of clean that line up a little bit. Yes, I'm whispering because it's that delicate. And I don't remember if I told you, like, I love this little cutting it off and creating this little button nose versus just straight lines all the way down. It just gives you this cute little like point button nose at the end. And I like it more than how I used to do, which was just 2 lines. I don't know, my nose looked like long when I just had the 2 lines and no little button tip. Going in again here just to set this down with that Laura Mercier powder. I'm trying to only hit. They do have smaller powder packs, like little teeny tiny ones. And I've used them before. I don't know why. I just like, I don't know. I just never fall in love with the tiny ones. I'd rather use a big one and then stress about if I'm doing it right. Or if it's too wide, I guess, than like using what's actually the size it's supposed to be. Crazy, I know. I'm actually going to use a little bit of this here and this winter too, like under my eye. Even though I know I have that pink powder everywhere, but I'm going to hit it with a little translucent as well. And that's going to help start that like lightening up process. So pretty, which again, like if you can't tell how pretty this is about to be, I don't know what to tell you. What? So I basically do everything that I did with liquid with powder. And that's what I'm going to start working on now. So I'm going to use an all over foundation. I'm going to use Juvia's Place powder foundation. I'm very excited. I have some new powder foundations coming out. The one size, they're half off right now. I'm super excited because they look like full coverage. This is shade Kaduna in Juvia's Place. This is Skin Tone for Me. Actually, no, you know what I need to do first? I didn't think about, sorry, is where I have wet powder or wet concealer still, I'm going to set with loose powder. I prefer to set wet product with loose setting powder, particularly like my nose. And especially, I'm using the L'Oreal Blurfection, same as the pink powder that I use, but this one's the translucent deep. So I like it because the Blurfection powder really does like blur. And so I like it, and it's good to like just take that wetness off and set everything down. So I'm gonna hit my nose for sure, and I'm using that brush. Again, this is literally like a nose contour brush, so that's cool. And I got it from Amazon, 4-pack for like $4 or something. But like I told you, those little Amazon brushes be $1 a piece and be good. I'm also going to hit it, even though I know it's like, I would never use a brush to set. I'm going to for right now. For those darker areas that have powder bronzer on them, I'm going to use, I got this literally for $1 from Pop Shelf. It's a very loose, just angled brush. And I don't want anything that is going to put down a lot of product. That's why I'm using something loose, just because I'm not like trying to get coverage. I literally just want to set it. And that's why I like the powder puff, because it gives me like more powder. But in these areas where I have bronzer at, I don't necessarily want coverage because I'm going to use like powder bronzer. But I do want to set it, because what happens, and this is the first time I'm doing this actually since I've been doing my makeup on here. Usually I just go in with my powder foundation over top of these areas, but it seems like when it blends with that powder foundation, like, I don't know, it just gets like this weird kind of look to it. So I think that having this is going to be really cute. Here, I'm just kind of drying everything down. And as far as my full face, I'm actually going to do the same thing. I'm going to use this humongous, I want a smaller brush. I only got this huge one because it was on sale versus like the normal size Real Techniques powder brush. It was like $3 less. It was like $6 and the other one was like $9. And I was like, ew, let me get this one. It's literally the same as like the Real Techniques powder brush, except it's like the extra large version for me. Yeah, it's literally extra big powder brush. Like, it might be cool if you, I don't know, but for me, it just seems too big. Like, I just feel like I have no control because it's just this humongous brush that takes up like half my face. I don't want that. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with Cadona, however you say that. I had been using a round puff, but I'm actually gonna use just I'm gonna use this one that I already used, but I'm gonna use this. I like just a like bigger. I use powder puffs for my foundation too. So why I use powder foundation, like I said before, like I like a really perfected look, and I like to add that coverage in. And using a powder foundation lets me do that. This looks a little dark actually, because it's like kind of blending into. Ooh, and I got some up here on my upper lip. I'm trying to like kind of blend that out. It looks like it like kind of blends into my bronzer. The thing is, I kind of like, they didn't have the shade that I wanted in this powder foundation because I got it in store at Ulta, and so I just got like the one that seemed closest to me. I used to be like a very big stickler on this better be like a perfect match for me, but because I blend so many colors, like it kind of doesn't matter as much. Like, yes, you want something that like matches you, but it doesn't have to be perfect for me, at least, because I'm blending out so much different stuff. Like, I got so much going on. So I'm gonna pick up, so I use this because it's a bigger area for a bigger area of my face. So next I'm gonna go in with Old Faithful, which is MAC Studio Fix, like the best OG powder foundation. I hadn't used this in a long time, and I just got one because it was on clearance at Cosmetics Company outlet, and I was like, what? This is amazing. The color that I have, I don't know if you can tell. You can't really, oh, here you can kind of tell. It has a pink undertone. It's an NW, so if you know, you know. Their coloring system. NC would be like more of the yellowy undertone. NW is going to give you that red pink undertone. So this is NW33. My skin tone, I don't know, because I feel like I've like changed colors over the years. I used to be NC50, so that kind of tells you shade wise. But I'm going to go in with this because especially when I do a pink blush, I like to go in with like a, you know, pink toned powder foundation versus my yellow that I would do for like an orangey or a coral. I'll do more like yellow. But this kind of helps bring, like, keep that pinky undertone, so you can see there. But yeah, MAC Studio Fix powder foundation, OG, still one of the best to do it. I feel bad that I like neglected them, but again, it's pricey. But Cosmetics Company outlet, I'm gonna plug them again. You can find these, and so I'm just trying to wait for a 6 for $60 because they only had this color one clearance, and I am real mad that I only got one, because this is one, again, I'm like, don't be a hoarder, don't be wild, but you might want to pack up because this is bomb. So like I said, with powder, I'm going to do what I did with liquids, which is I go in with a lighter color, but a darker of the lighter colors. And then I build up to my lighter color. Unfortunately, I don't have a lighter pink. Foundation. I need to get one. Even I'm mad now because I might have to make another one size purchase, because I didn't even think about the fact that I just got those half off and I didn't get a pink undertoned one. I got yellow undertone only. Girl, get it together. So that's what that looks like, pretty. And when I do powder foundation, is it really just kind of perfects everything for me. Trying to decide. I actually have the Juvia's Place, and I keep doing this, trying to figure out what works best. I'm gonna do Juvia's Place. It's lighter. So Juvia's Place. This is in the shade Cairo. You know who else has, and I think I said it before, Elf Camo used to be my go-to, but I just can't find them on clearance, and they're like $15. And I was finding them for like $5 for a while. So that was like all I was using my day-to-day. So I use that MAC all over, and then I'm going in with this just in the middle yet again. Just to kind of bring super bright. And I might, just like I did with the liquid, I'm just going to hit right here with this lighter color as well. Yeah, I'm like really annoyed with myself right now that I did not get that one size in a pink undertone. I definitely got a yellow undertone. I'm like, girl, get your life together. I'm definitely going, I have a few things I need to get now. And that includes a one size powder foundation. I forgot what the other thing was I was supposed to get, so now I'm scared I'm gonna forget this. I'm gonna go down the middle of my nose. I low-key like want to stop this and order it now so I don't forget. Okay, super pretty. What I'm gonna go in with now is just to clean this up. This is that Bobbi Brown powder that I was talking about before. It's a peach powder. It's a setting powder, not a powder foundation. I don't know if you can see, it has like, it's kind of like luminous a little bit. It's not like a flat matte. It's the vitamin enriched pressed powder. So again, since it's a pressed powder, it's not gonna be like super opaque like a powder foundation, but I literally take the side of my powder puff and I load up the product on the side because I'm just gonna stamp it on. And that's gonna give me that. But I like this because since it's not super opaque, it's more natural. And actually I'm kind of doing this in the wrong order because I forgot I have not yet put foundation on, so I might do this again after, or not foundation, powder bronzer. So I might do that again after. I just saw that like right now and it was annoying me. But yeah, it's very easy just to stamp it on. And then this seems like it's getting low, like going lower than I want it to go. So, and that again is kind of like a good little eraser for when you do that. Again, I got this at Cosmetics Company Outlet because it's like $40 or something ridiculous that I'm not paying. For powder bronzer, I go in with Juvia's Place. Again, remember I got these 40% off, so they're like $18. I like it though because you get two. I use this one on my nose because it's more of a neutral. It's a little less like dramatic. And I use this more red one all over the rest of my face. I really like more of like a red bronzer. because it looks like I was like tanning, like I came back from a vacation. So this is that other Eco Tools brush. It is a angled brush. I like angled brushes for my powder bronzer, and I'm just gonna sweep that along jawline, a little under, because I do have a little bit of a double chin, and I like to just conceal that. So when we like contour, bronze, whatever, you're playing with the light, and when you put darker on, it kind of goes backwards. It goes back, and then the things that you put your lighter powders and liquids on brings it forward. That's why I do like my middle of the face lightest, so it brings all this forward, and then like your cheekbone, it's gonna suck it in. And all these places that I'm making darker kind of just like sucks in a little bit. So yay. And again, I'm just hitting all of this with my good little Juvia's Place. I'm trying to think what other bronzers are really good. I don't know, I've really been liking this Juvia's Place powder. And again, I like that you get two. The $18 isn't horrible because you're getting two. So even if you got it full price, it's not horrible. It's just, as I've told you 1,000 times, I don't like paying full price for anything. So again, make sure that you're blending up, not down. You see I'm just kind of stamping that. Boom, easy. And same thing here. Just stamping it on. And then I'm going to hit some powder blush. But what's crazy is with this P. Louise, like usually with other like cream blushes and liquid blushes, like by this point you can't even really see them. But with P. Louise, like I low-key forgot, especially because I have that pink powder. I'm like, I low-key forgot that I don't have powder. So freaking pretty. Juvia's Place, Volume 4. Again, I like that you get two. These are also in that like $20-ish range. I'm going to use Real Techniques tapered cheek brush for my blush, for my powder brush. I hope you can see like the shape of it. It's not just like a ball. Like the powder brush is just like a ball, right? But this it's tapered, so it literally has like flat sides. So I like it because again, it's just gonna hug that cheek and you really don't have to do anything. So I'm gonna use this darker color, the like darker, more like vibrant one here. Again, we're gonna kind of like gradient this, I think. So I'm gonna use this one lower, and I'm gonna use the lighter one like up closer under the eye. So this one's just gonna kind of give me that base. You know, I like a good gradient of everything. And you see how like don't be, because you're gonna move things. You don't want to move nothing, because remember, like I don't have the like top of this and the bottom of this would have like powder bronzer and like that darker setting powder on the bottom, and then the top would have the setting powder and powder foundation. But like in the middle here, because I didn't like come and set the blush with anything, there's nothing, so it's still wet. Well, it's liquid, so it like really dried down, but that's why you're adding the powder too, because it's setting it. But instead of setting with like a translucent powder or something like that, it's setting it with a complementary color. So it's really going to make sure that blush color like stays and that it's still nice and vibrant. Because before we like started adding liquid and cream blushes and just did powder blush, like my blush would fade out after a few hours and you couldn't really see it. But now that we do like the underpainting, my blush stays popping all day. And I'm really just trying to like kind of, and I'm using I don't know if I told you by now, I'm using this lighter color. I'm really trying to like kind of round out here Like I'm cool with harsh, like not harsh, but like straight lines here. But like here, I don't want it to be a straight line. I want it to be kind of like rounded out a little bit. It just makes me look more like a baby doll. And again, I know it's like, girl, you have blush all the way. Like, I know. I'll do a little bit more. Why are we like this with blush? I don't know. We weren't like this. Like, I didn't used to wear blush. Like, everybody's talking about 2016 makeup. We weren't wearing blush in 2016. We were wearing bronzer, a ton of bronzer. And earlier than that, when I was in high school, black girls didn't even have bronzer. We only had contour powder. I'm actually going to use this powder puff that has powder foundation on it, remember at the top. And I'm just going to kind of blend this a little bit better. I like to blend out the lines. You can see when you turn, like you could see the line of demarcation between this lighter powder and the bronzer. And that's like, it's nice just to kind of like turn your face so you can see it at different angles. So like if you see me on the side, I don't want you to see like these harsh lines. Like I want it to look pretty. So I'm gonna use, I forgot I didn't use powder bronzer here. Actually first, what I'm gonna go in with is, this is L'Oreal Infallible Soft Matte Bronzer, and this is in the shade 500 Dark. I like it. It's not super dark. It's lighter, I think, than the Juvia's Place. Usually I would use the Juvia's Place, the lighter one, but I'm just trying to like show you different products. And again, the Juvia's Place lighter one, perfect option. And that's why I love having that lighter one, because I don't do the same on my nose as I do for the rest of my face, or it's too harsh. So, but I like this Infallible because my nose does get oily, and I like this like stays. It's like a 24-hour wear or something, but it like stays matte. I don't have to worry about like it really getting oily on me. So I'm just blending, and I didn't even go in and get more powder. I'm just trying to blend with what's already on my brush from just doing, like down here is where I can like put a bunch of stuff, and I tend to like start blending down there because like you don't really see it, so like I can put more like product down here and it's not going to look too harsh. It's when you get up here and it's like, hold on, like right here you can kind of see my nose looks a little wider. So ooh, remember how I was like, I have that brush, that this pencil brush. I don't know if I want to use the same one because it already has product on it. Oh, let me just, hold on. Okay, so here I feel like I am getting a little bit more, like my nose looks a little wider right here. Like I need a little bit of product, but again, I don't want to add a lot, which again, I'm super happy about these good Amazon brushes. I wasn't sure if I want to use this guy or this guy. I'm going to go in, actually, you know what, I think I'm going to go in with this guy because I want it to like blend out. But remember how I was like, this probably is going to work better with like powder than cream. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh, okay. And even when I brought these brushes, I was like, I don't know, I just like to try like different shapes of brushes to see like, and like different densities to see like, is this gonna help me? Because again, having like the right brush for the job will make the job so much easier, and you really don't have to do anything. Like you see, a lot of times I'm just kind of putting my brush down and the brush like literally puts it exactly where I need, how I need, and I'm not like doing anything because it just fits the shape that it needs. And this brush, oh, yeah, 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 I love this. I love this. Yeah. I'm happy. So now I know that's what that brush is for. I'm not doing what I tried to do with this one, which is, yeah, that was what so I am going to go back in here. Oh, did I don't think I did out here yet. this powder bronzer. So I'm gonna go back in with my Juvia's Place darker one, this brush again, and hit that with a nice powder bronzer. And I'm even going to bring that all the way here. So everything for me is about like balance. And I'm gonna kind of like try to blend out those edges. Those, remember how I talked about like you don't want like super harsh lines. Oh, you see, this is why I'm a little worried. I'm gonna hit that with some with that little 99-cent Wet n Wild brow pencil, I think. Cause I don't know, like my eyebrow like seems like it's losing a little color right there, or it's getting I don't know, my brow seems like it's getting oily, which I did used to set my brows. I'm actually gonna go under here just because I have extra on my brush. This helps your lip look more full because it looks like it's like so full that it's creating a shadow under. Like, oh wow, you got some big old lips that created a whole shadow under. Oh no, my brows don't look bad. I used to do powder, but since I have that gel on, I'm scared. Actually, just because looking at this is annoying me right now, I'm literally gonna go in right now. This again, Wet n Wild Color Icon Kohl eyeliner in Simma Brown now. Again, I would use like a skinnier brow pencil. Morphe's brow pencil is phenomenal. NYX has one that I really like. What are the only two that come to mind? Honestly, there aren't a lot of brow pencils that I really like. Anastasia, Beverly Hills, and I don't even like both of them. There's like a triangle one or something. I like just a super skinny one. I think it's Brow Wiz. I could be backwards. And the next one that I like is like micro brow or something. I don't know, like having all these weird shapes for brow pencils. Like, oh yeah, I like that. I like that. Not this 99-cent. Come through Wet n Wild. Okay. So all of that. I'm gonna add in, that's what I was about to do. I'm gonna go back in with my Juvia's Place. Please don't let me forget. Cairo. To add this freaking one size lighter powder. I'm like so angry that I forgot to do that. Like literally got like a skin tone one. I got like a lighter one, like with the MAC powder that I used. And then I got a fair, like shade fair, but I got gold undertone or yellow undertone. And I need to get a fair, like pink undertone. Like for sake of like not getting too much stuff, I'm gonna keep using, and the MAC powder is phenomenal. So I don't need to get the one size, like mid lighter color in a pink undertone. I just need to get that fair one because that's what I'm missing here. Because this is a yellow tone, and I really want to have pink. A pink look, so I can be all pinked out. But yeah, I just snatched the nose. Remember I talked about reverse contouring when I put that powder bronzer on. It just kind of overshadowed that lighter up on the side. So this just snatches your nose in more. And I'm just kind of going on that line between the two. And again, like you don't have to be swiping and doing a bunch of extra stuff. I'm literally just putting pressure on and just patting on it to kind of blend that line out. So it's not a harsh line of demarcation. I'm actually, maybe I do need to just get those little like teeny tiny ones so I can use them on my nose. So I just want to do the same thing. Like I just want to go on that line of demarcation and tap. And again, I didn't like add product to it after. I just, what's already on it is enough just to kind of softly blend everything together. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm gonna blend out right here though. Done. Beautiful. Love it. Okay. Trying to think, am I missing anything? I think I'm good. So what I'm gonna do now is set my face. I'm gonna tie my hair down. I'm gonna do my edges and I'm gonna tie my hair down because I'm gonna set everything now. And I'm gonna do this off camera, but I just want to show you, remember I was talking about the only edge control that works for me. I don't know how to say this brand, Go Whipple or something like that, but this is the one that works for me. I get the family size one. It's 8.25 ounces, non-greasy, natural finish, non-sticky, and it actually works for me, and usually these don't. And it really is an all-day hold, but since I've been like putting makeup all up in it and everything else, it like needs to just be touched up. And this is the strawberry scent. I will say that I did read reviews that they have like other scents, that the other scents don't hold as well as strawberry, so like I'm not even gonna test it out. I found one that works for me. And like I said, finding an edge control that actually like works and does not just like disappear is impossible. So $10 on Amazon for that one. So okay, I will be right back. Okay, so sorry, I have a fan on, but because I like to dry it down before anything can like start creasing. I'm gonna put more powder on because I don't like a wet face, but this gives me more of like a soft matte look. It knocks the powdery look out. It blends everything together, merges it together. MAC Fix Plus does the same thing, which also is a pricey spray, but e.l.f. has a dupe of the Milk Hydro Grip spray, which is a similar type product that's going to give you kind of like more of that dewy blending. I saw one size has a spray that's literally called Powder Melt, which is what all these sprays do, so I'm sure it does the same thing. So I haven't tried that out yet because again, that's a pricey one. But the e.l.f. one would be your, you know, cheapest, most affordable one, but the Morphe one at $18 isn't horrible. I'm actually gonna turn my other light back on. Okay, so this is it. And so what I like to do is then I come in with more like illuminating type setting powders or finishing powders. And so for this step, I'm going to be using, I do the same thing but with finishing powders. So finishing powders aren't adding a lot of coverage, they're literally finishing. So for me, like for the finish, what you're doing is really like blurring pores and making everything just look really flawless, and that's why I like this step so much. So I'm gonna come back and I'm actually gonna, this is e.l.f. Halo Glow powder filter. It comes with a sponge. I'm gonna just use the sponge that came with it, or the powder puff. It's a circle one, so we're gonna do this, and this is a shade Deep Warm. I got this on Amazon for, on sale, I don't remember, maybe like $8 or something, because I think it's usually like $14, $15. So I told you, even drugstore makeup is getting up there. But I like to, since again my skin was like wet, I like to really like press in with the powder puff again, like, because I need to make sure I'm getting all that wetness gone. So I'm doing that all over my face. The one place that I'm not doing that, I'm not messing with my nose with this powder because it's a pressed powder. I don't see, like, I know it has luminosity in it because I have a lighter one that I tried to use under my eye before. I was like, I just have to use a baked powder. So I'm going to use next Sephora Micro Smooth powder. This is bronze medium yellow that I'm using. I'm going to use this under my eye. Of course, I need to get a pink version of this as well. I'm going to use a powder puff here as well. This is that kind of like darker color, but it even has yellow in the name, so you know that it is more of that yellow toned versus the pinky that I've been going with. So that kind of makes me sad. But you'll see that my light is, and this one, it's the opposite of my problem with powder foundation, is that my lightest one powder is actually a pink powder. So I just need to get a mid-tone, but the problem is I can't find like drugstore alternative for like a pressed finishing powder or a baked finishing powder, because I like a baked finishing powder like this. because it's gonna give you like a luminosity almost. Like, I don't know if you can tell, you can't really tell. It's subtle, but it's enough that like I can definitely tell. I'm actually gonna come on my nose just to kind of dry that down. Yeah, I'm gonna use my Juvia's Place powder, finishing powder. This is in the shade Warm Honey. I'm gonna use this. You're gonna see it come out again. That's my final kind of color. It's my final powder for that, for my nose. But for right now, I'm gonna take that brush. I was like, ooh, I love this brush for my nose. I'm gonna use this one, this powder, this pencil brush, and I'm gonna take that in this Juvia's Place Warm Honey, because I don't want to use a lot and I want to be very, very, very precise with where I put it, because again, I'm just trying to kill shine right now. And the great thing is this doesn't have coverage like that. It literally just like blurs and sets, because it's a finishing powder. And again, like, there is a difference between a setting powder and a finishing powder. Finishing powder is really going to give you that like smooth, blurred look. That's what it should be doing anyway. And that is why it is a finishing powder, and that is why you use it at the end, because it finishes your makeup and it gives you just that finish to your finished look. Okay, so that's to the last powder. Oh, you know what I haven't done? So I haven't used this Sephora. And honestly, like, I need to order that one size, and I ordered my one size at the like one size website, because I did a pretty big order for the other powder foundations, because I got like 3 or 4 of them. But I was literally just about to order the like pink undertone lighter powder foundation. And I was actually going to get 2 of them, the light one and fair, to make sure I have like real light. But it wasn't enough for free shipping, which is perfect because I can get free shipping at Sephora, and that way I can get a pink version of this as well, mid-tone. So this is Kosas. This one's super expensive, but I actually just got, they didn't have the pink one, but they had, this is pink. It's hard to tell. It's so, okay, now you can see the pink undertone. This one, it's Kosas Cloud Set, and this is in the shade Candy, but again, this is that baked powder, baked finishing powder. It's going to give you that blurred look, but it's also going to be not like all the way matte. It's kind of going to have like a radiance to it, and it's just so hard. I don't know if you can make that finish in anything but a baked powder, which is why like I have to get baked powder, because it's not matte like a normal powder, but it doesn't have like glitter in it. And that was what I ran into with the e.l.f. Pressed Halo Glow, is that it literally had like little glitter particles in it to give you that finish, which isn't a problem like on my face here, but under my eyes, it's a problem, and it just gave me this ugly texture where you want your under eye to be super like smooth. It gave me texture, and it was not it. It was not. So I'm actually, instead of using that, I'm like, I would never use a brush. I'm gonna use a brush right here. Oh, I'm not bad at that. I like that. I always whisper when I get to my nose, like, you know it's intense. I'm scared to even talk. That's wild. Okay, so that's that. Oh, but what I didn't finish saying is, Ipsy has these, Ipsy/BoxyCharm has the peach one and the yellow one. I have the yellow one. I don't have the peach one. I used to have the peach one. For $14. They're like 35 or something like that. Retail, so that's a good deal. Okay, so I have on all of those. Now we're gonna hit our last finishing spray. I'm gonna use, just because I'm not going anywhere, and and it's already super late, so I'm not keeping my makeup on that long. Usually what I would use here, like one size is a good kind of like benchmark of what I'm talking about. Like it's like a hairspray, like it sets your face and it locks it in, and it's like waterproof and like super mattifying. The L'Oreal Infallible is a great one. That is very similar. Juvia's Place has this one that's very similar. Of course, L'Oreal is the least expensive one. I am gonna go in though with I'm gonna go in with Benefit Professional Super Setter. So it's a long lasting, instantly blurs pores, fills weightless, and absorbs instantly. You know, there's one spray, I have to see if I can find it because I think it's been long since discontinued. There was a milk one. Again, I had like a stash of these because it was like a favorite of mine. There's a milk one that like literally blurs everything out, but it's a super old spray. They have that new Pore Eclipse one, and I had that, but I don't know if I ever got a chance to try it, but before it was stolen, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna spray on, I like this spray. I got it in my Ipsy / BoxyCharm, which is a great thing because it's like 30 something or 40. And the whole box itself is like that price. So to get, you know, this spray in it was awesome. And then fan. Great thing is my face isn't as wet, but I'm gonna stop this while I fan. So again, this is the final look. This is how the base all came together. Thanks for watching.